What's happening? What's happening? We trapping, we trapping. What's going on with everybody, man? Shout out to everybody rocking. We back live in the trap, live in effect, baby. Let's get it. I hope everybody's having a good morning. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking. Let's go. We back in the trap with it, man. Flew from Kansas City, landed right back in the trap. You know what I'm saying? Running this thing right on back. Let's get it. Hope everybody's doing lovely. Give me a 1 if everything sounds good. And we gonna crank this thing back up, man. Let's get it. The draft is over. Now it's time to discuss what the Cowboys have in their plans, what they got going on. You know what I'm saying? We gotta figure out what they was doing, what was their strategy, you know what I'm saying, what they had going on with these draft picks. It was some head scratchers, you know what I'm saying. Some of them was some head scratchers, we have to admit that, you know. But we have to trust in our coaching staff, man. We know we got some of the best team builders there is, you know what I'm saying. So make no mistake about that. And our team was already kind of gangster. So we just needed some finishing touches along with it, man. So we'll be fine, Cowboy Nation. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Shout out to all the love and support. I got out there at the draft. I'm still in recovery mode. My voice is slightly gone. You know what I'm saying? From out there ripping for that star. Y'all know how that go. Let's get it. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. Shout out to Raymond Solis. Shout out to Michael Lockhart. Shout out to Smooth TV. Gary Murphy in the building. Miss Regina Green with the green. Shout out to Peter Rizzo. Craig Green. Landlord from Wakanda. Thompson in the building. Lost in translation. Chris Davis. Got G in the building. Kelvin Hicks. Aaron Ball. Hey, man, let's get this trap jumping around the corner, man. We back with it, man. Make sure them haters on their job real quickly, you know what I'm saying? Just for a tad bit. They still gonna hate. Let's get it. Let's go. Hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. Let's get these haters on their job, man. Let's go. Hey, we back in the building with it, man. Let's go. Shout out to Dallas Cowboys, you know what I'm saying? With the Flames. Chris Wilson on Facebook. Peter Rizzo, you know what I'm saying? Richard Berry, Chris Davis, Jazzy Jeff. Let's get it. Let's get it, man. Shout out to everybody, all the love and support. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Let's crank this thing on up. Now, you might think you at school or maybe even at home or watching me from a phone, but I promise you, you are in the trap, sir. We in the trap with it. We back in the trap with it. Man, I had a wonderful time at the draft, man. Thanks for everybody, all the love and support, all the donations and stuff like that helped me get it done. Even though I had a rough road getting there, a whole bunch of audibles, but we still made plays, you know what I'm saying? We still went out there and made plays. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to HTM Sports, my brother out there, man, my YouTube brother. You know, I just met him, so, you know, he could have been weird, you know what I'm saying? But them boys were cool, man. I just shout out to them, man. We had a great time out there. But, okay, first of all, my reactions. This is what people need to realize about reactions now. Reactions are not about the player most of the time. Most of the time, reactions about who was left on the board, what position we got, where we was trying to go, what kind of draft strategy we thought we needed to be on, but we wasn't on. These are the things about my reaction. When I seen Luke Schoonmaker, okay, of course, I felt like the Dallas Cowboys didn't realize that tight end basically got washed out, and they was just hell-bent on getting a tight end. That's why I had such a big issue about Luke Schoonmaker. Pick, not the player. That's what people got to realize. And it's the philosophy in which you draft a player under because of the way our team is structured. You got to think, I just feel like the man wasn't going to beat out Jake Ferguson or Peyton Hendershot, and we seen these boys produce in the NFL already. And Luke Schoonmaker is a player who wasn't just super productive at Michigan either. So like, how would you expect him to be a starter? So of course he's not going to be a starter. More than likely he's going to be a backup or a rotational player, or they're going to try to do the tight end three-headed monster again. See, that's what it is. So I want people to understand, I told y'all I was pro I was pro now. I was win now. I wasn't future. I didn't want future picks in the first 2 rounds. I want it now. Shout out to Michael Lockhart with the $5 Superman. Make sure y'all support the raffle. The raffle is still going on till May the 11th. You know what I'm saying? You got another entry. I will be updating it tomorrow. So shout out to you, Michael Lockhart. Trap. And if you are not aware of what the raffle is, I got a raffle for a Michael Parsons jersey, $5 entry. Second place will get a Cowboys t-shirt. Third place will get a Cowboys hat. So make sure y'all support that. The raffle is almost over. It got about 10 more days, right? Not many more days left on there. So y'all make sure y'all support that. Make sure y'all get y'all entries in. Excuse me, but Michael Lockhart says, good morning, landlord. Thanks for bringing us draft. Glad to see you back in the trap. Yeah, we landed back safely, man. I appreciate all the love and support. But, man, okay, I just wanted to make sure y'all was clear on that. The value, it be what the problem is. That's what people initial reactions be based on. Because, like, I was pissed. Because I'm looking at the boy like, man, you still got Donnell Washington there. I feel like he got a higher ceiling. I feel like, why would you reach for Luke Schoonmaker? It just felt like the Cowboys was 100% hell-bent on getting a tight end. And like Kyle 001 said, you had Drew Sanders on the board. You had a lot of other people. So this was based on the value. This wasn't based on the player. This based on my saying F it and this was stupid, all of that. That was based on the draft strategy, the value of the pick, and the other people left on the board. It has nothing to do with the young man and himself in person. So I just want people to understand that. Shout out to One-Handed Banner with the $4.99. I appreciate you, sir. He says, I think we got cause we don't trust our third tight end. Mike McCarthy wants to run a lot of 12 and 13 personnel. Love the fullback pickup. Vaughn gonna be Sproles 2.0. I like that fullback pickup too. Like that might change the whole trajectory of this offense, like the way the style we want to play in. If nothing says that we trying to be physical like a fullback now, like I'm telling you, we trying to be physical. Trap. But my argument just was like, if you gonna pick Schoonmaker in the second round, bro, like you could have just, you know what I'm saying? You just had Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz was a top 5 tight end. If you gonna do something erratic like that, you should have just kept Schultz and paid the man. Or you could have drafted somebody with super high upside like Donnell Washington. I wouldn't even been mad at him in the second. I just didn't want to go tight end in the first. So with them going tight end in the second, that just lets you know this was a real issue that could have happened in the first round. Like we was this close to drafting a tight end in the first round. And then you remember, if y'all don't remember, I was the one that said I always wanted Dak to have this elite tight end. I just didn't want it in this way. I didn't want it this way. You know what I'm saying? Why we can't get a 4th round GOAT like the Kansas City Chiefs or something? You know what I'm saying? Trap. We don't have to invest that super high draft capital into that like that. So that was my only argument, man. It's about the value. It's about what's left on the board. It's about what position you went. That's all what made me angry in the moment. So now that you have to sit back and look at Schoonmaker, now you got to check out how we going to use him. He's a good blocking player, and he got some upside in pass catching. So Michigan didn't overuse him. They didn't use him like crazy or feature him that much. That's what alarms me. So for him to be a second round pick, you got to be projecting him super correctly. Like, it can't be a mistake in how you project his value and him translating into the NFL. Like, he is a good blocker. I see him blocking defensive ends one-on-one. He getting down. Like, he doing a lot of the wide type stuff that Mike McCarthy described in that interview when he was talking about what he wanted from a tight end. So I'm not mad at that, but like, don't you think you could have got that kind of value later on in the draft? Like, you remember my draft strategy, I'm telling you, tight ends was kind of thin. So if you probably needed to realize that you got wiped out. You really got wiped out at tight end. Like, once Kincaid left and Mayer left and a couple of them other ones, it was like, you don't have to just drastically reach. You could have got somebody, a young speeds, to like Hyatt on the board. Like, it was a lot of other people that we would have preferred. But that's why I was telling my brother HTM and West Coast, their board is not our board. And it was just hard for me to believe that they valued Schoonmaker over players like Jalen Hyatt and Donnell Washington and Drew Sanders and a lot of other people on the board. That was just hard to believe. And it just screamed that they reached and went for something else. So this was a weird draft, a lot of movement and stuff. So it might have caught the Cowboys off guard and they just got left with what they got left with. So, I think they did okay at the end of the day, though. Trap. Once you see the draft as a whole, because pick by pick, it's like, man, what they doing? Like, oh my God, oh no. And then once you see the total haul, you like, well, I can see what you mean. I can see where they trying to go and what they trying to do. Shout out to Two Broke to Pay Attention, DP Johnson in the building, man. Like, I trust my tight end coach, Linda Wells. I trust Mazi Smith. I kind of liked that one, though. But, like, the only thing, me, I feel like defensive tackles take a little time. You know what I'm saying? They take a little time to get good or get, what can I say, to be able to get adapted to the speed and the strength of the game. You know what I'm saying? I think it takes a little time. But hopefully he comes out and be impactful day one. Hopefully I'm super wrong on Schoonmaker and he just make me look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? I pray. Trap. I don't want to be right about a bad take. I would prefer to be wrong and humiliated for the team. That's what I'm here for. You know what I'm saying? We are America's team. I am him for my squad. You know what I'm saying? I'm him. I'm not them. I'm him Jones. I'm him Duncan. So make no mistake about it. I'm not a person that's married to my ideas or my takes. I want the best for the team. But I just felt like that wasn't a smart draft strategy. That's the only thing for me. But now if we talking about these draft grades, we can crank it on up. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a breaking news because I'm already late, but we're going to do it anyway. This nefarious. Bam. Nefarious news back in effect. You understand? Okay. Now, the Dallas Cowboys complete haul in 2023 in the building, man. So we went, of course, Mazi Smith in the first round, defensive tackle out of Michigan. Luke Schoonmaker in the second round, tight end out of Michigan. DeMarvion Overshown, linebacker out of Texas. I can't even pronounce this guy's name. Vamila Fehoku Jr., defensive end. I don't even know what school he came out of. San Jose State. That one took me all the way off. Like, I seen his name, but I never really researched him like that because I didn't think defensive end was a need like that. But, we'll never know. That's a future pick. Now, they look like they went future. Let's see. They went future maybe second round and fourth round. Because DeMarvion Overshown, I don't know if he going to beat out them guys, but we do need a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? So they look like they went future a little early to me. But that was my fear. Stephen Jones got involved, sound like. But far as Mazi Smith, what y'all feel about this pick? Would y'all grade this an A or F? Well, let me know. Fill up the board. Fill up the chat box with y'all takes. Let's get it, man. I would say I would give Mazi Smith, the Mazi Smith pick, in my opinion, it'll be I'll say a B plus. I would say it's an A, but I'm just kind of a little standoffish with defensive tackles early anyway. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, how impactful will he be? I pray he be like a monster day one. That's the only reason I won't give it an A. I love the player, but I'm not too sold on a defensive tackle being so young and dominant day one. But I hope the guy, he come in and just be a monster. Okay. I know he can push people around, though, but that's what we wanted him to do. Okay, Willie T is off the chains. That boy said a D. Good grief. Okay, Mr. Peter Rizzo with an A. Mr. King Woods reacts with an A minus. You got a new name now. Predendo. I don't know why did you change your name just so you could troll me when you come on here? You know I can't talk, sir. You know I speak broken English. You want to troll me, huh? Predendo, Splendor, Poppy, Velma. Oh, you ain't got Velma in there? B.A. Joey Velma with an A. Okay. Miss Adika Charles with an A. She says it's an A. That's what's up. Craig Lawgreen said, I don't love Mazi Smith. That's why. Willie T says D. Good grief. Now, my brother Willie, you gonna have to explain yourself now. Why are you so low on this pick? Now, I was a player. You know, I was one of the people saying I didn't want a DT early because I don't trust it. But I do like Mazi Smith. I do think he can come in and be pushed around people or be hard to move. Be a movable force in the interior defensive line. I think he could be a problem. But maybe next year after that, he might be a monster. So I'm hoping I'm wrong about the timeline. I'm hoping he come in day one and just be an animal. But, okay. Queso says Mazi was a B pick with the A plus need. Yeah, it was definitely a need pick. That's why I'm not too mad. Like, we was giving up over 100 yards a game last year. So, rushing. So, that's definitely was a need. It was a necessity that we improve the interior defensive line. Miss Nisa said a A. Desmond Ironman says A minus. Craig Lofgren says B. Stephen Harrison said we wanted a big boy to plug the holes. Yeah, hey, we got us a big boy. That boy is huge. G says stopping the run, the run A plus. DP Johnson says A plus was my pet cat, exactly what we needed for the defense. Hey, that's what's up, DP, man. I know you kind of tough critic too. Shout out to JC Cowboy Network in the building, man. What's happening, my YouTube brother? He says A. That's what's happening. Let's see. I think that's about all. Tyrone Church says B plus. Cody Menike says A. Joe Tranchina says C. Good grief. Richard Berry says A. Carl Winnington says all we need is that man to swallow up running backs for real. Yeah, we just need him to be an immovable force in the middle of that defensive line. And I'm telling you, the reason when I start rationalizing, and I'm like, man, we can get a better Michael Parsons from this. You get a better LVE from this. You get a better Damone Clark from this. This is going to help your linebacker stay clean. Mazi Smith, number one job, the number one order of business for Mazi Smith should be to clog those holes and make sure the guards don't get to the second level, which will open up LVE, which will open up Damone Clark so they can be clean, so they won't have to get through the trash trying to make tackles. LVE should have his best year since he been a Cowboy. Tommy Montoya said a S. I'm not sure. You said it's special then. I guess you said it's special. Okay. Craig Lofgren says B. Steve Harrison says A. Javon Brooks says A. Oh, he came back and says A. Freight Train says A+. Queso says B pick and value, but a A+ in need. Johnny Herrera says A. K001 says A. Okay, I got it. Most people pretty high on it, man. So I'm thinking I'm pretty decent with it too, man. Like I said, I know what the end goal is. So don't you come in here expecting this man to have 10 sacks in the rookie year or something. Like, don't come in here with that. You seen why Micah Parsons was so excited about this man. Micah know it's time to eat. Micah know that this man is finna allow him to go crazy. So this is he got to throw the assist. Defensive tackles are like a great point guard. They are assisting other players to be great. So don't look at what he has on the stat sheet. Look at the production, the uptick in production you'll get from your linebackers and your defensive ends. Now you got a penetrator that can at least push the pocket backwards. So, know what I'm saying? So you got to look at the other things and how easy the other stuff will be around the player. So make no mistake about it. Don't pay attention to his stat sheet. Pay attention to the production of LVE, the production of Micah Parsons, Sam Williams. It's going to help a lot of things. So I'm not mad at it at all. I like it. Most people, it was a pretty decent grade on him. So I said B+. I seen a lot of A's. I ain't seen many bad grades. Shout out to Jay from SoCal with the $5 super. He says, great draft. Cowboys have been exposed in the trenches in the playouts, and they addressed it in this draft. I can't argue with that, sir. I cannot argue with that. Shout out to the lunatic in this thing, man. He said, stop the damn run. Grade a A. Hey, man, y'all got to go get them West Coast hats, man, because this is the movement right here. Stop the damn run, because this is exactly what he going to help us do. And just imagine him. We forget that he is teamed with a player like Hankins on the side of him. Like, Hankins was a big-time problem in the middle of that line, y'all. He was. So, him and Hankins together, that might just intensify this whole defensive line. And, hey, man, we went missing nothing but a defensive lineman and a linebacker mostly on this defense. That's all we was missing. So now this defense is definitely him.
It's me, I'm him, I'm not them. I'm him Jones, I'm him Duncan.
This defense is definitely him now. Shout out to Freight Train with the 199. He says Parsons' reaction is all we needed to know. Exactly. This man Parsons called text DQ like, hey man, get Mazi Smith. That's letting you know, man, he knows exactly how much better that's going to make him and his linebacking core. This is going to make him way better, y'all. Just trust me on that. So that's why I was never mad about this pick. I was happy that we didn't go tight end in the first as well, but this pick is going to help us do a lot more other things. Shout out to Coach Marv with the $5 super. He says, hey, landlord, in our system, D-line guys will never have an all-world stats with Quinn rotation system. No D-line guys play over 60% of the snaps. Exactly, Coach. That's what I want them. I don't want them to judge his rookie year off production and numbers on the stat sheet. I just want them to understand he is going to be a problem in the middle of that line. We need him to be pushing guys around, staying on his feet, not being on the turf. You know what I'm saying? As long as he do stuff like that and not get pushed around, he did his job. So I like it. I gave him a B+. The majority of the nation rejoiced and said decent, glowing reports on him. So I'm happy. Okay, moving along. Luke Schoonmaker, though, you know. Like I said, I like the player, but it was the value. It was the people on the board that I preferred over him. But it looks like the Cowboys was hell-bent on getting a tight end. Like I said, I'm not mad at tight end. I always felt like Dak Prescott deserved that comfort, that security blanket. He never really had it. He had old man Witten, and then he kind of made Dalton Schultz into a decent player. And this was a fourth-round guy who we didn't even look at as high like that, coming off, you know, he was behind several tight ends. Then he was predominantly a blocking tight end and then developed into a pass catcher. So Dak really never just had a dominant tight end presence. And most of the Dalton Schultz production, in my opinion, was like schemes. He was finding like soft spots in the zone and turning around hitch routes and stuff. Hopefully this tight end guy can develop in somebody that can just beat a guy one-on-one sometimes. That's the only thing I wanted for Dak Prescott. I wanted him to have a dominant tight end. Hopefully this guy can come in here and prove us wrong, shut us up. I'll be the first person to make a I apologize video, eat crow video, but I just wasn't a big fan of where they selected him at. I'm just being real. So, what would we grade the Mr. Luke Schoonmaker pick? Where will we grade that? Let's see what y'all grades it. Let's see what y'all grades at. Let's see what y'all grade. Shout out to Jam and guys over there, man. Miss JC Cowboys Network. Let's get it. So let's see what we doing now. What y'all grading this? Tyrone Church says a C minus. That's like that hurt. That hurt. Then we gotta take into account too, how good would he be with us? You know what I'm saying? Like, he might be a C minus with somebody else, but coming on our offense with the weapons we have, his job won't be as hard. You know what I'm saying? And I did like him going down the seams though. I think he a seam kind of guy. Like, even though he wasn't utilized that much at Michigan like that, I seen him making some noise and gaining some ground in the seams in that scheme too though. So I think he got some upside as far as a receiver too, man. And Dallas need that. I don't remember us like attacking the seam at all last year with our tight ends. And him and Peyton Hendershot, they probably fighting for it because I see Hendershot as a seam type tight end as well. Cody Minicky says a B. You pretty decent. Craig says a A, man. A, man. I really probably should have specified, are we grading the pick, the player, or the value? Cause the value, I'm low on the value, but I'm gonna address the player separately. You know what I'm saying? Like, what y'all think? Let me know what y'all want to do, man. Cause I don't think it's fair to the player to be down so mad at the value. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is still somebody's child out here, y'all. But, you know, a lot of people down on the value. I don't think they particularly just mad at the player. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody knows anything until these boys show up on the field and actually produce. So, nobody's right yet. Nobody's wrong yet. You know what I'm saying? Craig says an A. Al Kareem Turner says an F. Good grief, sir. Miss Adika says a B. Miss Adika putting people on the honor roll today. You know what I'm saying? Miss Adika making people get an honor roll grade. Willie T says a D on Schoonmaker. Man, Willie T, you putting people in the 60s, right? Cause you said a D on Mazi too. Like, what's going on? Willie T, you gotta explain yourself, sir. You gotta explain. I still ain't get your explanation about the D for Mazi though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a super need pick, but I like the player. I think he can develop into a monster. This dude a freak. G says Dak is about to make Schoonmaker like an all-pro, a Pro Bowl tight end. Dak elevates weapons around him. Absolutely, man. You better ask somebody. You know what I'm saying? Dak be balling, but people just be hating on him, man. I'm telling you. Kai says a C. I think a C might be fair. I ain't gonna lie. I think that might be what my grade is, a C. Peter Rizzo says B. Michael Lockhart says C. Jameson Taylor says D. Ooh. Miss Regina with the green says B. Troy Moore says C minus. Ugh, you right there by the D category, ain't you, my boy? Michelle Racing says B. Okay. G says Schoonmaker. I don't know why you said his name again. DP Johnson says B. Carl Winnington says screen B plus. What you mean screen? I don't know. I'm lost. Jameson said or B. How you gonna say a D or B? I don't know, Jameson. You gotta clarify that, sir. Big Flop says B minus. Chris Wilson says C plus. Miss Nisi says A. W for weight and C preseason game. Hey, that's fair right there, Miss Nisi. Like I said, man, you can feel how you feel, but nobody is right or wrong until these players get on the field, man. Like, how many recruits thought Tom Brady was going to be Brady? How many recruits thought Travis Kelce was going to be this GOAT type tight end? They wouldn't have let him drop to the fourth. You know what I'm saying? Like, the draft is a crazy place, y'all. So, you never know what can happen. This dude could come in and be dominant. Like, who knows? Tommy Montoya says C. Joe Tranchina says C. Craig Lofgren says, hey, Craig is you the teacher I wanted, Mr. Craig. You the teacher I wanted. Mr. Craig gonna make sure you get on that on the roll. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Ball says C+. Virgil Brown says Luke C. And let's see. Most people he definitely getting mixed reviews. I'll say that. Joe Van Brooks says B-. That's you a little high on him. John Jones says C+. And let's see. HTL Sports says a D-. Shout out to Jasmine Giles with the $4.99 for your mind. I appreciate you, ma'am. She says Miss JC Cowboys Network passing through the show. Love to a bomb content creator. Keep hustling, homie. Let's make this week a good one, man. I appreciate y'all. Man, we gonna have to get this thing going one of these Saturdays, man. I'm only off on Saturdays and available in the mornings, but I gotta come over there to the JC Lounge, man. You know what I'm saying? Get me a little cup going on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. Al Kareem finna have you getting pushed back. You finna have us flunking, man. What you doing, man? What you doing? Trap. Al Kareem want us to have to repeat the third grade. We gotta start back over. But yeah, I think this was a very, very crazy pick, man. But I just hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong. I don't want to be right about a bad graded pick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Ma with the $5 super. He says Mazi and Osa at 1 and 3 tech will be special day one. Neither can be blocked by one guy. A+ tight end grade. If he blocks well, A+ grade. Hold on, Coach Ma, high ain't you, man? You high on him, ain't it? Dang, it's interesting here, Coach. Coach says Mazi and Osa at 1 and 3 tech will be special day one. Neither can be blocked by one guy. A+ tight end grade. If he blocks well, A+ grade. Man, Coach Ma super high on this guy. Coach, I'm gonna give him another look then, cause I respect your perspectives on these players. Maybe I'm missing some, but like I said, it was more about the value. I felt like I'd rather swing with Donnell Washington, somebody who got super high ceiling, than a person who did. This is definitely a floor guy. His floor is higher than most players, in my opinion. One-handed bandit says A. You says a A? That's very high, sir. Desmond Iron Man says C. Okay, I think it's so many mixed reviews. I don't even know what to say about this one, but I gave him I think a C is fair. You know what I'm saying? Just to have a little reserve left because we don't know what's going on. Yeah, we could have had Tank, man. And then look, a lot of people were laughing at me drafting a kicker in the 7th round. Did y'all see where that kicker went? Trap. Did y'all see where that kicker went that I did in my mock draft? That boy went in the 3rd round. And everybody was like, why you waste a pick on the kicker? All right, man, y'all better pay attention now. You better pay attention. But I gave him a C. Most people was mixed reviews. You either high or low on him. We'll have to just wait to see how that developed. You know what I'm saying? I thought they got him in the 3rd, didn't it? I thought he went in the 3rd round. I can't remember. I know it was very high, and I was like, wow. And people was mad at me for drafting him in the 7th, but that guy went very high. Not only did he get drafted, he went very high. But DeMario, what his name is? My bad. Hold on. I can't remember his DeMarion Overshown. I think that's how you pronounce it. But Mr. Overshown, man, how y'all think about this pick right here? Trap. Now, you definitely got to make sure you pay attention to these 30 visits because Luke Schoonmaker and Overshown was 30 visits. You know what I'm saying? I think Mazi was a 30 visit too. When bro, every player that came to Dallas, they got signed, look like to me. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you pay close attention to these 30 visit players. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm freestyling right now. But was Mazi a 30 visit? I think he was. I know Schoonmaker and Overshown was 30 visits. I can't remember was Mazi a 30 visit or not. But y'all make sure somebody let me know, somebody help me out. But far as the Overshown, I do like his tape. I do think he's a capable linebacker. He converted from safety. You know what I'm saying? He do got the range, sideline to sideline. He do play with intensity. He seem like a leader. Yeah, Mazi was a 30 visit too. So you got all three, your first, second, and third round picks was all 30 visit guys. So, man, you better pay attention to them 30 visits because they very, very important. Last year, I think we had 5. We had 5 30 visit guys who we drafted. So, the Cowboys want to interview with you, and they take it for real. They take it personal like Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Trap. But the scoop on this player so far, a lot of people saying that he might be in one of those Donovan Wilson type roles, like a hybrid safety because he got safety background. So he got range. I'm thinking that they might put a little weight on him and let him come off the edge or be a rangy linebacker. You know, he could be your Donovan Wilson substitute, you know, take a few snaps off Donovan Wilson or either coming off the line like the edge or pseudo Micah Parsons type role. I could see that, but I wanted a real linebacker though. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have been mad at Drew Sanders or somebody, even though he got a little edge in him too. But I like the athleticism he got. I like the range he got. I like the intensity he played with. It's a lot of pluses I like, and you could tell that this team is trying to get more physical. Physicality was definitely a priority in this draft though. Like I like how Mike moving in that area though. Trap. So, okay, what y'all grading Mr. Overshown? I say, especially for value and the player, I give him like a B. I say a solid B. This is a B pick. Let's see, in my opinion. So let's see what y'all thinking. Actually, a third round to the stinking Niners. Okay, Kyle 001 says B. Cody Minicky says Overshown A+, dude's an animal. Now look, now I know we in Cowboy Nation now, but it's a lot of you Longhorns in here now. So let me know if you're a Longhorn first. Let me know if it's a Longhorn first, cause you might be a little biased now. You got to give me a warning label. So let me know. Before you pick on this guy, let me know if you're a Longhorn too. Tommy Montoya says B. YNG Cowboy Sports says A. Al Kareem Turner says A- pick for me. He just took Jabril Cox's place. Yeah, it's pressure on Cox. Like, hey, he might not be a player. Hey, he might be getting cut if he can't beat this kid out. Because this a third round pick, so they valuing him. Craig Lofgren says B. Lost in Translation said he love it. A. Okay. John Jones says A. Another heat-seeking Milsa, El Tino says, I imagine you high on them too. Virgil Brown says B. Benjamin Robinson says B+. Dude has a high ceiling. April Shower says C+. Steven Harrison says A-. Nisi says A. Okay, a lot of people high on the kid, man. I like him. I like his range and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But this another player we're going to have to wait and see, in my opinion, man. So we can take a quick look at what he was doing out here in the stat department. Like, I know he had a lot of tackles. Let me see. Okay. In 2022, he had 67 tackles, you know what I'm saying? He had 25 assists. He missed 14 tackles, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't too bad, I don't think. It kind of bad, though, but you know what I'm saying? We'll see how that develops. But he had D-line snaps as well. He had 123 D-line snaps in 2022 and only 6 in 2021. But in the slot, he had a slot snaps at 117. And in the box, he had 469. So he's definitely giving you some Donovan Wilson coming downhill, you know, some of those vibes. So I'm pretty sure that's what kind of style that Dan Quinn is looking at for him. I like the potential. I like the upside. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at the pick at all. And I thought linebacker might be a need. That's why I was telling y'all I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have picked the linebacker in the first. But the linebacker pick and the defensive tackle pick didn't surprise me. Tight end really didn't surprise me either, but I just didn't think they'd go that high. You know what I'm saying? But I like the player. I give him a good B. I think he's a solid B. Let's see. Bam. Now this guy, I ain't gonna lie, I had to research him. I didn't think defensive end was a need. Like, I looked at a few of them, but I didn't think we needed no more defensive ends. Now this the 4th round, and this is good territory for us to start thinking about future though. Trap. So how y'all feeling about Mr. Velema Fehoku? You know what I'm saying? I gotta speak another language in this thing. I seen a lot of high reports on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I had already knew about this guy. When I knew his last name, because I remember we was joking about was he some kin to Semi, and he is not any kin to Semi. But you know, see, look at Landlord from Wakanda. Don't be putting that out there, sir. He is not no kin to Mr. Semi Fehoku. But yeah. What y'all think about this guy? Let's go over some of his accolades, what he got going on. He graded very high according to PFF with a 90.9 grade. Played in all 12 games. Defensive snaps, he had 593 altogether. Pass rush snaps, he had 332. Run defensive snaps, he had 259. He had 12 sacks, 4 hits, 50 hurries, and 3 batted balls. Hey, he got a lot of pass rush production though. And something I did find impressive was he graded out well all 3 years. So like day one, he came in and was a problem. In his freshman year in 2020, he had 6 sacks. He had 6 hits and 23 hurries in 2020. So that's like he graded out at the 87 in his freshman year. That's pretty impressive, actually. Like, that's pretty gangster right there. And then 2021, he kind of tailed off a little bit. He graded out at 78.1. And he had 8 sacks though, 10 hits and 34 hurries, 5 batted balls. So this guy got all kind of production though, you know what I'm saying? So I like that. Even though he had a smaller school, I still like the production. Like the lowest sack amount he had was 6, and then 2021 he had 8. 2022 he had 12. I can't get mad at that. Then his production always went up. He went from 6, 8 to 12. And then he had 50 hurries last year. Like, that's impressive. That's impressive though. I ain't gonna cap on the young man. I think that's pretty impressive. So, what y'all feeling about this young man? I know a lot of people not aware of what he got going on, but given the production, given what the traits I seen, I say he a pretty I give him a B plus, because I like the traits, I like the production, I don't like the position though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think we needed no more DNs, but you can plan for the future in the 4th round. Who remember me saying that I went mad at 4th round for being when I started to shift my mindset as future? Who remember I said that? Trap. Somebody let me know in the chat when did they remember me saying that. I said 4th round will be when I start thinking future. Anything before then, I'll be kind of mad. Shout out to One Handed Bandit with the 499. He says he's gonna be a DT, better pass rush moves than Mazi, but can still stop the run. He will fit well. So you projecting him as a defensive tackle, sir? You projecting him as a defensive tackle? I haven't heard the talk about it. So you had another one-handed bandit, or I just caught up to it? I could have missed it because I was on another screen. Let me see. Yeah, I think I caught it, one-handed bandit. I missed Michael McQuay. Let me see. Make sure I ain't missed nobody else. because I was on another screen. Okay. Let me read Mr. Michael McQuay. I appreciate your support, sir. Trap. He says facts shaped like a safety. You must be talking about Overshown. Okay, you must be talking about Overshown. So a lot of people, I think these are the grades for Mr. Feihoku. TA Cowboys says B-. Tyrone Church says B. Michael Lockhart says B. Craig Lofgren says B. Willie T says C. Willie T ain't gave us a passing grade yet, so you pretty high on this guy. Trap. Hey, we got a good grade from Willie T, so you must like this dude, man. Shout out to you. John Jones says A. G says B. Miss Daisy Clark says B-. YNG Cowboy says A-. You super high. So yeah, I'm gonna have to dig in the film on this guy. Virgil Brown says B. Michelle Racing says B for me too. Al Kareem Turner says A-. DP Johnson says B for Overshown. Oh, you must be late on that one. D Young DC for Life says B+. Y'all make sure, I think these the right grades, right? Or am I too high? Because everybody seems to be super high on this guy. And I've been hearing glowing reports from him too. But you know, like it's always a semi-risky when you're dealing with small school guys. Cause like I said, you can see like incredible traits, but you have to project those traits to better talent, and then you gotta jump from better talent to the NFL. So that's a whole nother world. Hopefully you just trust your traits and the tape, and the player can project and produce in the level that you think he can. That's the only scary thing about those small school guys. Miss Regina says B. Joe Tranchina says B. Dallas says A. Everybody's high on this dude. That's what's up. I must have been asleep. That's what's up. Everybody high on this guy. So I must have been the one asleep then. You know, I did not think a defensive end was a need, though. That's what caught me off guard. Kevin Bilbo says he's a dog. HTM Sports says B+. That's what's up. Tavis Banks says B. Troy Moore says B. Okay. One-Handed Banner says B. Potential to be an A with getting coached up by DQ. Now, you know, if anybody I trust is DQ. Let's see what Willie T. Oh, Willie T. You must have already gave your grade. Yeah, you just gave him a C. He said, we're not going to use Cox. Need to trade for a 4th or 5th round pick. He ain't did nothing to have value right now. He ain't did nothing to have value. He said, fast landlord, but he got to eat. Yeah, he do. Okay. I think it's a lot of people surprisingly high on this guy. HTM says C. So was I reading the wrong grades? Because I was pretty, you know. Jimmy L. Dixon says B. A lot of people high on him. Tavis says C. You know, see, this was a need reach though, right, Tavis? Keystone. This was a C because it was a need reach, I feel like. But I like him I like the traits and the potential. John Jones says B. Virgil says B. Desmond Iron Man says B. Okay. One-Handed Banner with the 499 says he gotta be a DT, better pass rusher. Oh, I already read that. Hold on, I'm behind. Okay, let me see. Michael McQuay with another $10 super. I appreciate you, sir. Thanks for the support, man. I'm going to tally up all these supers into the raffle too, because, you know, I got to retally it up. Okay, a lot of people high on this guy, though. Cox and Joseph are moving to safety with the 199 from Freight Train. Hey, that'll be interesting. Jabril Cox kind of gave some, I think that was Boss Cowboy said he's kind of agreed with him being at safety. Michael Lockhart with the $5 super. I appreciate you, sir. He says, landlord, you need a like break. You got 58 likes and 165 in the chat. Man, don't do your boy like that. Man, if y'all know the mountains I climb to get y'all some of this content, man, I'm going to put a vlog together and stuff, man. But I done had a rough going. But, you know, I'm a positive person. I won't let them haters steal my joy. So, y'all look out for your boy, man. Give me a like, man. Trap. Man, we got 177. At least let me get 150 likes, man. I ain't never, y'all gonna break my like record. Like, go on, look out for your boy, man. I don't think I got a like that high before. And I give you consistent content, you know, like no other. I'm original. I ain't trying to copy nobody else. I don't sound like nobody else. You understand me? Trap. Go on, help me break my like record, man. You know what I'm saying? I had a rough going this weekend, but I really enjoyed the draft, though. So I ain't even mad at it. Shout out to One Handed Banner with the 199. He said, just mention you in a tweet. Machota tweeted it. Okay. I'm going to check him out. I'm going to check it out when I get done. But okay, I'm surprised how high and glowing I see the reports from Mr. Feihoku. So, hey, hopefully y'all right. Hopefully we get a good dog player. Okay, Asim Richards was the 5th round pick. North Carolina, we at least tried to address the guard situation. We at least tried to address the guard situation. So let's see how we looking with that. Let's see. So everybody, let's see what y'all thinking about Mr. Asim Richards. So, okay, he didn't grade out super well in none of his years. In 2020, he graded out as a 49.6. In 2021, he graded out as a 57.4. 2022, 64.4. And, you know, these are not, you know, PFF grades. You take it with a grain of salt. But he played 12 games and offensive snaps 730, run block snaps 350, pass block snaps 380, and he gave up 7 sacks in his freshman year, and 4 hits and 20 hurries. He improved in 2021. He played 13 games, 695 offensive snaps, 303 run block snaps. Pass block snaps was 392. He gave up 5 sacks, 3 hits, and 11 hurries. He improved drastically, though, so shout out to that. See, I see his trajectory is getting better and better with more and more time, more and more development, more and more reps. In 2022, he graded out as a 64.4. 14 games played, 1,050 offensive snaps, 383 run block snaps, 667 pass block snaps, 3 sacks given up, 2 hits, and 15 hurries. So he drastically decreased the number of sacks he gave up and the hurries and the hits. So, hey, he's going up. I like the trajectory that he's going in. So, I don't know if y'all consider that a reach. He is a late round player. So what y'all feel about Mr. Richards? Give me a grade on him. Okay. Let me know. Let's see. Let me make sure I ain't too high. Let me see. I ain't too high. Okay. G says a A+++++++. You know what I'm saying? Good grief. He's super high on him. Stephen White says D+. Steven does not like this pick. You know what I'm saying? Now, is it because of it couldn't be because of the value, because you in the 5th round. So you just not fond of the player, Stephen White. Please, elaborate on that for your boy. Cody Minicky says C+. Virgil Brown says C-. Improved each year. That's what I said. I like the trajectory that he going in. It looks like he's developing and getting better and better as he go. But y'all do got to keep in mind, this was him getting graded as a tackle as well. And I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are looking at him as a guard. We're going to put him in a guard position. I'm sure. Like, so I don't know if he's going to be the starting guard, so that's something to think about. We might be screwed with Josh Ball at guard. They might be high on him. That's why they didn't address it in the earlier round. So what y'all think about that? They might be high on Josh Ball moving inside to guard, because Mike McCarthy did just say that. So maybe they looking at Josh Ball like a much better guard than he was tackle, because, he got balled up as a tackle. You know what I'm saying? Miss Nisi says C. Peter Rizzo says C. One Handed Bandit says he a C+, needs some work. John Jones says C plus. Let's see. Trey Fargo says C minus. Philly said, landlord, glad you touched down safely, man. I appreciate you, Mr. Op, man. You know, you're a good op, though. Trap. You're a good op, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you come in and be pleasant every time. You're not like the other filthy Philadelphia fans. And I must admit, though, man, I do admire how aggressive y'all was. You know what I'm saying? I have to just be honest about that. Y'all boys was on a mission to get better, so I can't help but salute that. Maybe you fall flat on your face, hopefully, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all was aggressively trying to get better. B minus, he's definitely a future left guard, needs to refine his skills. I did like his footwork I seen. I think he got some pretty clean feet. I don't know about his movement, like trying to pull and stuff like that. He might have to get a little better at that. But I think he got strength. I think he can develop into a tackle. He did some pretty decent pass reps, what I seen on film. So I think he got a lot of upside. You know what I'm saying? He's still a very, very young player. He played 3 years, and I think they say he's 21 years old. So with him being 21 years old with still 3 years of experience, hey, somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's what they said. So with him only being 21 years old with 3 years of experience, I think that's a rare combination. So you got a young mold of clay, a ball of clay that you can mold into something great, and he still got experience. So I like that combination, actually. And then in the 5th round, that's a decent spot to be swinging at him. So, hey, he's still a super young kid. I think he got a lot of upside, though, especially with that much experience. Did you hear all those game reps he got? That's great for such a young player, though. Joey Velma, I'm going to have to call you one name, sir. You ain't finna get me today. He says C+. Michelle Racing says C. Michael Lockhart says B. Virgil says C-. And Tino says C. Stephen White says D-. Trey says C-. Stephen Harrison says C-. Jones says C-. Freight Chain says B. Kevin Bebo says B. And I think it's pretty mixed reviews. A lot of people either high or, okay about it. I think he got a lot of upside with him being so young and having so much experience. I like his movement itself for like pulling and stuff. I like his footwork. So, and he played with a lot of strength as well. So I think he got a lot of upside. Yeah, everybody pretty high on him, and then you got some people that said, it was a reach, but it was you in dangerous waters addressing the guard position so late in the draft. That's why I wanted to do it in the 2nd round. Bam. But Mr. Eric Scott Jr., cornerback out of Southern Miss. How y'all feel about this young man? Trap. How y'all feel about this young man? Let's see what the grades is for him. Now, they addressed the cornerback position super late. This is future. Can he develop into a starter? That's the question we have to ask. Can this young man develop as a starter? Because he was a player that I didn't research as well. So let's look him up and see what they got going on. Okay, Eric Scott Jr. Let's see what they saying about him. He was a player that was not on my radar. Like, just honestly, he wasn't. After Stephon Gilmore, I was out on corner. And the corner that I wanted late was what's his name? The boy Rajon Wright, Nation brother. I wanted him late. I like his traits, and hey, I like how confident he was. He said he was better than his brother. So that was a player I had on my radar late, but they went with Mr. Eric Scott Jr. Okay, in 2020 he had 66. He graded out as a 66.6. 9 games played, 399 snaps, coverage grade of 173. Coverage snaps he had 173. Receptions he gave up 17 out of 29 targets, only 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, passer rating of 100 though. In 2021, he graded out 64.4. 12 games played, 502 defensive snaps, 244 coverage snaps. Receptions, he gave up 15 out of 25 targets, 272 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 INTs, and a passer rating of 77.7. So, hey, the grade didn't look better, but I think the production got better from the next year. And in 2022, he graded out as a 68.9, 13 games played, 554 defensive snaps, coverage snaps 306, receptions he gave up 18 out of 36 targets, and 184 yards. He gave up 4 touchdowns though, with 2 interceptions and a 78.9 passer rating. So he got some interesting numbers. You know, he didn't take a giant leap from year to year to me. And he gave up 4 touchdowns last year, which is kind of alarming. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to review his tape. Like I said, he wasn't a player that was on my radar, so I have to do some more research on him. So I probably kind of reserve my grade right now. You know what I'm saying? I have to reserve my grade on him. So what y'all think? So y'all convinced me. Man, we passed on Torrance and Voorhees for dude C-. That's what I'm saying. I wanted us to go higher for the guard. I needed to be higher. Shout out to everybody rocking, man. I appreciate all the love and support. We got this thing jumping today. Out of 175 people, how many likes I got? Somebody update me on the likes, man. We trying to break the like record in the trap today, man. Let's get it. Trap. They said C+, he moving up. He got a mystery grade, El Tino, because I ain't never heard of this dude. And then he out of Southern Miss, you know, he was very much so off of my radar. I ain't even finna cap to y'all. I ain't gonna sit up here and have a fake analysis for y'all. You know, we keep it real in the trap. You know what I'm saying? I'm solid on it. So I have to do a lot more research on him. You know, I'm gonna do a whole documentary on these players once I get some time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you what elementary school he went to. You know what I'm saying? Trap. Trey Fargo says Nation Wright 2.0. You talking about his brother or him? Let me know. G says Diggs 2.0. Oh, you super high. DP says Bland 2.0. He said we passed on Trice. Yeah. Big Benny Rich says Bland 2.0, a B. Everybody high on this guy, man. So like I said, y'all know I had a lot going on. I was traveling on day 3, so I wasn't able to do as much research as I wanted. When I got back home, you know, the family was very active. You know, I dedicated that time to my family. So I'm going to have to get in my bag on doing a lot of research on some of these guys because they was not on my radar. Just being honest. This guy, I said, who? I didn't know who he was. So I'm going to have to go do some thorough research on this young man. Shout out to Elder Lockhart. Shout out to you guys to pour it in the building, man. I appreciate y'all. You know, I landed back safely, so that's always good. You know what I'm saying? Trap. Now, if I was sitting here at the comfort of my own home, I have a lot more research done already. But, you know, I was traveling. I had a lot of stuff going on. But Kelvin Bilbo says a C+. Stephen White says D because I knew they passed solids for this guy. So, I don't know. D. See, that's what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to judge the value compared to judging the player, right? Because I don't think you should blame the player for the value they picked him at. You see what I'm saying? Like, the player has nothing to do with, you know, the value he got drafted in. So, you kind of got to separate the two, I would say. I got 105, man. Let's get it to 150, man. Let's break the like record today, man. Don't be like that. Let's get it. Let's get it to 150 for you, boy. I ain't never got to 150. Let's get it to 150 for you, boy. Young DC for Life says the players that's not on the radar usually become the dogs we don't expect. Exactly. Now I researched several players, but you know, you don't be able to know exactly where they gonna go. So, you know, I probably went about maybe 7 to 10 players deep in every position. Probably more than that. Like some of the super late round guys, and they still was guys I missed. So The Cowboys, they spend millions of dollars and millions of hours researching these guys. They probably already been researching 2024 class. So it's a lot of people that you're gonna miss. You know what I'm saying? So he said you got 56 likes. That's all I got. Don't tell me that. I seen some people saying 100. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, 165. Let's get it. Okay, so we'll just leave this a question mark for me. This is a question mark for me. I don't want to talk about a man that I'm not aware of at this moment. You know what I'm saying? If anybody got some insight they want to give on this guy, let me see if I can pull up some bio stuff. Let's see what they saying about him. PFF says Scott earned a 70.9 coverage grade in 2022 and has good size at 6'2", 202 pounds. At his size, his 40-inch vertical leap and 11'1" broad jump are above the 90th percentile. So he is an athlete, though. I'm a fan of that. I'm definitely a fan of his athleticism. So, we'll see if Al Harris can, develop this guy into a player. DP Johnson says Al Harris says he fits scheme and he did run a 4.42 after his quad here. Again, I trust McClay on late round DBs, Bland, Dono, Izzy, AB. Hey, man, he in his bag. Yeah, I did see that because it was a lot of reports saying that he ran a 4.7, but he had a quad injury. So, yeah, I did see that. I wasn't aware that was the player they was talking about. But, yeah, they said he ran a 4.42 before he was injured. So, we'll have to see. ATM said this drives some old bullshit. Is this draft some old BS or was this team solid enough to, add some spices to it? Was the meal already prepared and we just added some spices on it? Was that the case? Sugar and spice and everything nice was added to this, man. Was that the case? I gotta have some kind of euphemisms for this. I gotta talk myself off of the ledge as well. But how y'all feel about Mr. Deuce Vaughn? I like this pick right here. I like this pick right here. I think most people like this pick. He's graded out spectacular. And, hey, I'm an Alabama fan, so I must let you know. He had an 80-yard run on us, so, hey, I'm gonna hush up. I respect this young man. This young man had an 80-yard run on Bama, and he was burning every single body. Like, it was ridiculous. So, the reason I say, I know a lot of people got their conspiracy antennas up, with his daddy being on the staff. But this young man can play football. Now, he is kind of small, and he kind of looked like Christian McCaffrey out there to me, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm saying not saying that he plays like him or he's a comp to him. He just looked like a McCaffrey guy out there, like just small and running around, like burning everybody. Like he kind of reminds you of a player like that. But I do look at this player like a capable player. This dude ran an 80-yard touchdown on my Crimson Tide. Like you won't have me talking crazy about him. So he is a different change of pace. He even a change of pace for Tony. So, it looks like either Zeke is coming back or Roquan is, Rojo. I mean, he is definitely a part of this offense. So, because this guy won't get you the nasty yards. You know what I'm saying? He won't get you the tough goal line yards that you need. So, maybe it is real that Ezekiel Elliott might be coming back in the building, man. That's a real possibility. But I like Deuce Vaughn, man. I think he's a good back. Now, in 2020, he graded out as an 89.0, and he played 10 games. Out of 121 attempts, he had 642 yards and 5 yards of carry, 7 touchdowns, 25 receptions, 36 targets, and receptions, yards. He had 435. So he's catching it and he's running it. He's a dual threat out that backfield. See, that's what it looks like we're going to use out here now. Trap. So be on the lookout for seeing him and Tony on the field at the same time. And this dude got some speed, so hey, good luck to you trying to cover these guys. He's a capable pass catcher out the backfield. In 2021, he graded out at 91.6, 13 games played, 235 attempts, 1,400 yards, 6 yards per carry, 18 touchdowns, man. Trap. 18 touchdowns, 49 receptions, 66 targets for 468 yards. This kid is productive in passing and running the ball. In 2022, he was graded at an 82.1, 14 games played, 291 attempts, 1,561 yards. You know what I'm saying? This dude, man. His whole collegiate career, he averaged over 5 yards a carry. In 2022, he was 5.4 yards a carry, 9 touchdowns, 43 receptions, 58 targets, and 373 yards in the air. So this guy is very capable, man. Like, make no mistake about it. I like the skill set. I think he is a very capable player, man. I think he can be a threat out here. Like, don't get it confused about his dad being here or him being a 6th-round pick. This guy is capable, and I don't think nobody want to try to catch this dude when he get in the open field. So we'll see how it ends up playing out. Know what I'm saying? But I say in the 6th round, I give it a solid B, not a B plus, a B. I like the fact that we still address running back. So let's see what the people grading real quick, because I'm finna have to get ready to end the show. You know, I got to go back to the day job, back to reality, unfortunately. So I say this a solid B pick. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad we still at least added one of these running backs. You know, I would have preferred one of the other earlier running backs. We could have got Dwayne McBride. We passed on him. We passed on a lot of people. And, you know, we still was able to bag a decent back. That's how deep this running back class was. Joe Tranchina says, hey, y'all let me see what y'all grade this player. We got one more player, and then we're going to wrap this thing on up. Brian Peters says B in the 6th. That's what I'm saying. In the 6th round, I don't see that being too bad. Mafia Miles GTA in the building. What's happening with you, sir? He says if he was 3 to 4 inches taller, he would have been a 1st rounder, but that's actually what makes him more dangerous on the field. Yeah, he's very elusive, man. I seen this dude chopping people up. Like, he putting moves on them. In the open field, good luck. Good luck to you trying to tackle this kid. John Jones says, hey, Vincent Johnson, I just looked at some Cropper tape, and he kind of remind you of a Jalen Tobe. He a slot guy. He real twitchy. He runs some crisp routes. Like, he got some sharp routes on him. So I'm going to get into the UDFA players probably tomorrow, but, hey, I like him too. He look like he a capable player. Michael Lockhart says B. Cowboys, Magic, Yankees. I don't know if I ever seen you, but welcome to the trap. You said a B plus. Trap. C. Burleson says A. Tyler says A. Javon Brooks says B plus. John Jones says A. Okay. Craig Lofgreen said he is so small. He is small though. But, you know, you could be, you know what I'm saying? You could be looking at Darren Sproles. I see a lot of people saying Darren Sproles. Look, what's the other group? The other guy, Maurice Jones-Drew, was a super small back. You know what I'm saying? That was productive in his league. I actually used to love Maurice Jones-Drew with the Jags. I liked it, Fred Taylor too. Like, I kind of liked it, them running backs over there. But Maurice Jones-Drew was a very productive small back as well, like short guy, and he was a bowling ball. Cody, don't bring it up no more. Now I gave Cody, I just gave the man props. I said I'm not gonna talk crazy about this guy. He had an 80-yard touchdown on us, so you know I left it at that. Now I left it at that. Don't open up old wounds, sir. Don't do that to me. C. Burleson said Rojo on the back end. Stephen White says A+. Give him the DBL Deuce number 22. You know they ain't gonna give him no 22. He gonna have to. I don't know what number he gonna have to get. He cannot get 22. You know that's what not happen in Dallas. Like I don't think no back gonna get that number ever. You know you can use retired numbers too. So you just have to talk to the player and they have to give you the AOK and all that. But I don't see nobody getting 22 again. But I think this a B pick for the 6th round. Okay, moving along to the last pick, Mr. Jalen Brooks, wide receiver, South Carolina. I like what I seen from this kid. Trap. I like what I seen from this kid. This boy got some hands and he kind of big. I ain't sure what size. How tall is he? Because he looked pretty big on the tape I was looking at. Let me see. Let's see what they said. Somebody let me know what. Let me see. They say he's 6'1", 201 pounds. Yeah, he looked pretty big. Cause he looked like he got like he kind of long, like he lengthy. So okay, in 2020 he didn't grade out well at 51.6, 6 games played, 158 pass snaps, 26 slot snaps, 132 wide out snaps, and 11 receptions, 29 targets, 100 yards, 9.1 yards per catch. In 2021, 57.3, 6 games played, 189 pass snaps, 36 slot snaps, 148 wide receiver snaps, 14 receptions, 31 targets, 181 yards, and 12.9 yards of reception, and 1 touchdown. And in 2022, he graded out as a 63.7, 12 games played, 300 pass snaps, and 51 slot snaps. He had 246 wide snaps and only 33 receptions, 46 targets, and 499 yards, and 15.1 a catch and 1 touchdown. So this is a super projection player. This is a super traits player. But I did like what I seen. He got some hands. He's snatching the ball out the air left and right. I say that. So they might look at him like a potential Michael Gallup replacement. That's what I'm thinking about this. They looking at him like a Michael Gallup, a possession guy. But I'm telling you right now, he didn't have the best quarterback at South Carolina, but he was snatching the ball out of the air left and right. He was snatching the ball out the air left and right. Now, I think his best traits, was his hands. His best traits was his hands. Yeah, his quarterback was weak. That's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't have the best quarterback. So, I like what I was saying, though. I'm going to tell you now, his hands was raw. Like, he had some good hands, though. I'll tell you that. Trap. Good body control. The one thing I didn't like what I seen, he wasn't too bursty off the line. I think the way he coming off the line, he'll just have to get coached up. Like, it's small, it's real detail, but I don't think people understand. Like, that's a big difference. Like, think about it. If you taking a fraction of a second or a second longer to get off the ball, the cornerback's gonna have an advantage on you. You supposed to explode off the line. I didn't see him exploding off the line as good as I like. So that's small detail and real niche, but you know what I'm saying? I could see him getting coached up better off the line so he can explode off the line. I think he'll be better. Shout out to Mickey with the $5 super. She said, sorry I'm late. Fire-ass pick with the legend found. Happy you made it back. I appreciate you, Mickey. Thank you. Let's see. They say he is slow. You don't have to be fast to be good, though. That's one thing you got to keep in mind. Mikey Mark Vanilla Dice says Cropper is a beast. Excited for that pickup. Yeah, that UDFA. I'm gonna get into him tomorrow because I liked his tape too. I looked at his tape before I came on because you know I gotta be tapped in with the receivers now. That's my position. You know I gotta be tapped in with my receivers now. So Yeah, man. So what y'all grading this pick? I say, in the 7th round, how high can you get? How much potential can you get? Nobody knows, but you know what I'm saying? I have to say maybe about a C. Wait and see. That C stand for wait and see. You know what I'm saying? Trap. So, it's getting close to my time to go on down the line and wrap this thing on up. But, everybody's saying this is a bad draft. This is a terrible draft. It is a terrible draft per se, according to what we wanted and what we thought. But, we're not the professionals. We do have to sit back and see what happens. We got to give these kids a chance. It was other people on the field that we was like, man, I would rather have this guy, I'd rather have that guy. But that's what I told y'all in the beginning. Our board is not they board. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that always love to say BPA. That's what got your Schoonmaker over Tank Dell and stuff. Trap. BPA is not as pretty and as sexy as you might believe. You know what I'm saying? It could go wrong, or according to us. You won't get a lot of the times you won't get the player you prefer if you're talking BPA. Your board is not going to be their board. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you have to take into account. So I ain't going to lie, man. It was kind of rough. It was a lot of disappointing picks. I can't say bad picks. We talking about the preference and the value. It's not against the players. So don't take our initial reactions too deeply. We looking at people that we wanted, people that we scouted, and we know that they was good. And it seems like the Cowboys went in a whole nother direction. You know what I'm saying? So don't take that perspective and, take it with a grain of salt. This is our initial reaction. We have to look at it like, wow, I didn't expect that. I like this player. Why we didn't take this player? Like, it's all about preference and value and the players on the board from our initial reaction. So nobody is going to know are they right or wrong until the end of this is over with, until next year. That's when we'll know what it's looking like. And really, you can't judge a draft until like 3-4 years down the line, honestly. So even if these guys are all future guys, you still won't be able to tell was it a good draft or not until a few years down the line. So hold your thoughts. Don't go march. Don't go riot at the start. Don't do that now. Chill out, trust your process, trust your people, trust your scouts, trust Will McClay, trust Mike McCarthy. I trust my guys. They've been doing good. They've been drafting excellent year after year. So you got to give them the benefit of the doubt. I know we all mad at the people that we didn't get. We have to understand what we do have and make the best out of it. And I do trust my coaching staff as to getting that done and making this the best out of the best as we can actually have. You know what I'm saying? I do trust my people. Trap. Nah, Craig, I wasn't really a big fan of that draft hat, but I might buy it for y'all because the raffle winner gets a hat too. So I let the person pick it. You know what I'm saying? I let the person, whoever wins, pick what hat they get. If they want the draft hat, they'll get it. But okay. Make sure y'all remember the raffle will end on May the 11th for, represent for Micah, the Lion 11. I started April the 11th. It ends on May the 11th. And I'm going to tally up the numbers tomorrow and give y'all the updated stances. First place, Michael Parsons jersey. Second place is a shirt. Third place is a hat. And, make sure y'all support that. Make sure y'all stay tuned for the merch coming soon. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of things in store, man. So y'all just keep on hitting that like and that share. I hope y'all got me over that 150, man. I hope so. We'll see what happens. But, you know what I'm saying? I do appreciate all the love and support, man. We going to rep Cowboy Nation the right way, the way it's supposed to be. And you already know why. You know why. Because we are the greatest. That's why. You know that. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and share for the squad. It will not charge a card. We chasing greatness, baby. Let's go get 6, Cowboys. Let's go.
And this is greatness defined.
Let's
every
go.
Line is divine. Verses boggle your mind. And every song, man, I swear,
let's
just
get
better
it.
with time. No matter how much shade they throwing,
I appreciate all the love and support, man. Let's break the like record today, man. Vincent says, sorry, worst draft ever. Hold your thoughts, man. Hold it down. Let's get it. I appreciate all the love and support, man. Let's get it.
Help me with my egotistical ways, but I'm amazed how they display such miserable hate.
I never paid attention
to what most
I appreciate you, man. Let's get it. Y'all know we the greatest, man. Let's go. I know these haters can't stand me. Let's get it. So, bring up to the. And if you try to stop me, that's right, Miss. You gotta stay positive. Everybody stay positive. We already a great team. You know what I'm saying? Let the doubters see you make it and show them all you the greatest. I'm the greatest. And not only am I the greatest, we are the greatest. You know they hate us because they ain't us. They try to suppress our success. But nevertheless, we pass every single test with flying colors like no other. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation. Let's go.